Come into a wide stance. Bring your back foot about 45 degrees, angled to the front. Your hips are parallel to the front of your mat. Warrior one with the back heel down. Stretching the side of the shin and the fibular muscle. Remember to keep that front knee right over your ankle. Hands either up above your head or to your chest. And then you can just pivot your feet to the other side, coming into your warrior one on the right. Pressing the back foot down into the mat. When you find your stability, you can bring your hands up over your head, or you can always keep your hands right on your hips or hands at the chest. You should feel this in all of your leg muscle groups, and you're stretching on the side of the ankles of the back leg. Now warrior two. You can pivot your feet to the other side. Now your hips are parallel to the side of the mat, and the distance between your feet should be wider. The front heel should be in line with the back arch. So you're angling that back foot after you switch sides. The back foot should be angled more or less towards the center of the mat, not 45 degrees. You're pressing down into the back fifth digit of that foot, so your arch does not collapse. Inhale, pivot your legs back to center, and then arrange to come back to the front of your mat so you don't lift yourself up and over your knees. And come into chair pose. Inhaling up, arms overhead, looking up to the ceiling or your hands. Toes together and knees together. Bring your hands to your chest. And bring your chest over your thighs into airplane. Arms either out to the side or out in front of you. Balancing and stability here required on all four corners of your feet. Gripping with your toes. And from a front view, again, toes together, knees together. Hands up to the ceiling, sits bones are back. And if you're coming down to airplane, arms out to the side, the back is straight. Or out to the front. Requires a little more balance on your feet. And then come into forward bend. Relax your legs. A few breaths, and then inhale. Turn yourself back around on your mat and come into down dog and all the way onto your toes. Into child's pose. Chair pose itself can be a little bit tough on the legs. It's a great strengthener exercise. So whenever you need to come down into child's pose and relax, or come into your forward bend to take a breather. Child's pose is great to open up the underarm, and it feels wonderful to anchor your elbows down and then use your elbows to walk your arms out as you extend in the spine. Inhale, walk your elbows back and come coming up onto all fours. We're going to raise one leg up at a time and point in the toe. So first doing a cat-cow, opening in the chest, flexion in the back, and extension on the inhale. And inhale one leg at a time and point the toe. And there's a wall behind me. And if you have a wall behind you, you can move your mat closer to the wall to bring the top of your foot against the wall and help in the stretch. Lots of variations. So I am using the back wall to anchor the top of my foot down and get a stretch on the front tibialis muscle of the shin. This is the muscle that we get shin splints from. Readjust yourself to comfort. If this is too much for you, then don't use the wall, just point in the toe. These are all just suggested variations. You can use a strap or a towel to grab the foot if you want. This is balance and stretch. Or you can just use the wall to do this. And curl those toes under, stretching your arms down. And lift your sits bones up back into a down dog. Lift yourself up and over, coming into your forward bend. And inhale all the way up. We're going to do that stretch again for the shins in a standing position. So you can grab the top of your foot. If you grab below the ankle, you're not going to get as much of a stretch in the shin. So by grabbing the tops of the feet, including the toes, you're including that shin muscle as well as the quads, keeping your back straight. If you curl the back forward, you're taking out some of that beneficial stretch. So inhale, keep that back straight. And switch sides. You can do this anytime at work, going for the tops of your shoes, or you can take your shoes off and go for the tops of your feet, getting a good shin stretch. Remember to keep your back straight. You can always use the wall as a prop. And once you're done with that left side, you can straighten up in your knee and release your foot.